Okay, this week's clip, we're actually at home in the southwest of Scotland. I'm actually not in the southwest of Scotland now. This beautiful afternoon we're in Argyll. But basically back at home we were checking an area of stubble turnips near, probably very close to the house actually. And it's a farm that's split into 2 or 3 little sites. This is not a big parcel of land. There's a pond and some set aside and some, you know, some arable crops. So it's quite close to the farm. So if I'm doing anything here, I need to basically get in early in the morning and just for that first hour, particularly at this time of year when daylight hours are quite short.
Okay, we're out early up by the pond. And here a buzzard just above us. There's a couple of roe down below, 2 kids, but at the back of the mound in front of us there's another couple of roe. We've lost them now. I think one of those is a buck. So we just waited till we got a bit more light, positively identified.
Just wanted to wait and sort of positively identify what I'd got. I was pretty sure I was doing a kid, but I wanted to take the kid. But I wanted to have a look at him in good light first. Unfortunately, before we actually got that into that position where I could shoot one, they weren't sort of stood correctly. They just kind of meandered off into the wood as deer do. So unfortunately, we didn't get the chance there. My dog was being teased all morning by hares running in and out past her, so that had her wired. So that's a good opportunity to test the steadiness of your dog with sort of hares running past them. I basically continued along round the edge of the field margin. I spotted another deer kind of laid up in a fairly thick banking to our left. Stalked into a nice position, kind of got set up, and then when I positively identified that was quite a nice buck. So kind of farm at that point was starting to get active again, so we called it a draw. So not all stalks are successful, many of them aren't, and in this case we were frustrated, so I'm afraid the deer beat us hands down this morning. So second morning out, commercial block of conifer plantations, again southwest Scotland, quite close to the house, and quite a still day, quite tricky. But I went along what we call a top road, which is a road that runs along a big planted banking, and then there's a lower road below it, quite a way below it, and then that drops down again into another glen. It's a really nice place for a roe. Hadn't seen anything, but you'll clearly see here the benefit of a dog, because Zosia started indicating to my left with a nose pointing over the top of the edge of the road down into the valley. So that's a clear indication to me that she's scenting deer somewhere, definitely deer. So having spent a little bit of time glassing down, probably what would have been 400 or 500 yards down below us, we could nicely pick up a roe moving in a little triangle of scrubby birch and willow on the edge of the conifers at the side of the lower road, feeding quite nicely, and watched them for a while, and there were clearly 3 deer there. I think there was maybe a 4th as well. 2 of them were definitely kids and 1 was the doe. So basically managed to backtrack along the road, and then there was quite a nice easy approach route from above them down a grassy banking. And got to a position about 140, 150 yards above them, and then it was just a matter of positively checking to see that they were still there. One of the deer was clearly smaller, one of the followers was clearly smaller than the other, so selected that one, waited for the doe to turn broadside and shot the young doe.
Good girl. Okay.
Right. Nice healthy young doe follower. We'll get a growler done. We'll find a tree. Yeah, interesting. What we've got here is it looks like this has had an old break. The leg's slightly bent in. You can see where the bone has healed and knitted together there, but it's actually, you can see the line, it's not gone dead straight. So there's been looks to me like a broken foreleg, possibly on this kind of terrain. That often happens. It's in good nick. I mean, we'll have a look, but there's no infection or anything in there, but that's clearly had a break on the leg. You can see the different angle. It's not set dead straight, it's just come back this way. So I didn't see any obvious sign of that when we were shooting it or selecting it, because just happened to be the smaller deer at the back and the one that we shot. But anyway, glad we took that one, but it's all right. So relatively easy recovery from that point to sort of walk it back up the hill, although it's quite a bit of a pull, and then collect it in the vehicle and back to the house for breakfast. So a nice morning.